Stage fright.
Huh? Oh, you're
Stage
kicking it off.
fright.
No, you
I
don't have
got it.
stage fright.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. You're not having the success you want because what you're doing is you're marketing a business before you build a brand. The good
Mhm.
thing about it is we're going to explain to you exactly why it's going to be a simple transition because there are only two choices that you have when building your business like a very successful company. And that's what exactly what we're going to get into today as we teach you how to build a power brand, a personal brand, or literally just give you the high insight to smash it out of the park. So with that being said, welcome to Jab Juice, awesome social media, Jab Juice, branding wizards, whatever you want to call it. We're
Yep.
going to give you the juice today. Special shouts out to Stacy here on board. What's up, Stace?
Hey, great. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
pumped to be here. This is a topic that you and I are both passionate about, and we are fortunate enough to talk and meet with a bunch of different business owners all over the place, whether it's here
Mhm.
in Palm Beach or across the ocean somewhere. It's so important that people understand how critical building their brand is. You know,
Mhm.
you and I get brought in to clean up some messes from time to time, and 9 times out of 10, or I'm giving ourselves some grace here, it's almost 10 times out of 10, it's because the brand isn't intact yet.
Yes.
So you and I are going to have fun talking about some cool stuff today to put front
Mhm.
and center for folks to understand.
Mhm.
Business owners, that is. I mean, we're talking to you business owners out there. If you want to build your business and get more clients, sell more stuff, there's only two ways to do it.
Yep.
So here we go. You ready to go in?
Number one, what we're going to do is tell you exactly what the focus should be when you're concentrating on building this thing. Okay, so what we're going to do is get directly into it. The first thing that we want you to be conscious of when you're trying to get your message out there to get your company going and getting it into that fast lane is number one. The two things that you have to choose, you have to choose between the two. Number one, you're either going out here to chase the people, your client, or you're going out there to attract the people. Now, the difference between the two is the first one, when you're chasing people, you have to understand the essence of marketing. Why?
Definitely.
Because you're going to have to spend money when you're chasing people.
Mhm.
That is required when you're doing it. So, I'm going to explain one simple method of that will really give you clarity when you're concentrating on marketing yourself or your service. Because when you're doing the chase thing, it's going to be less content production. And
Mhm.
that means less commitment to time. And some of you like that. Some of you
Yeah.
do not want all the smoke when it comes down to the other one. Attracting requires a dedicated effort to produce what
Mhm.
people need to know about you. But when you're focusing solely on just taking the message and putting it directly in front of them with the offer, this is called marketing. So here's what you have to think about. Which one do you actually want? Do you feel comfortable going into that ad spend lane? Here's what you need to know if you're going to go down that lane. Because I want to be fair to both because you never know. Some people may want the smoke. So here's a little segment that will give you 45, I mean, a minute of clarity. Let's go. Way if you don't practice the 5 pillars of marketing. You're trying to post about it and you never want to post about your product or service that you're launching. Here's what you want to do. First, you got to concentrate and focus on the 5 pillars of marketing. Listen for 30 seconds and I'm going to tell you exactly what the 5 pillars of marketing done right will do for your business and launch that product the right way. Let's get into it. You need to focus on a campaign, not posting. Number one, advertising. Number two, promotion. Number 3, publicity. Number 4, public relations. And number 5, sales. And if you're not doing all of those simultaneously, what you're going to find is that you're going to get very little to no response. And this is why you're posting about it, where you actually need to be running a campaign. And you run a campaign layer by layer and have it all planned out, because all of these collectively are what you call marketing. Not posting a reel, not posting a story, but simultaneously operating all of these 5 functions through a plan. Now, that is the actual explanation of understanding when you say, I'm going to push out this offer that we have. Here's how we got to do it. That's why there's strategy in doing this. And if you don't do it, you're going to have little to no results. Facts. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
And that's not what you want.
Yep. I wanted to jump in here real fast.
Go for it.
That kind of caught me by surprise. I love that video that you did, because it really puts front and center what marketing really is. Mm-hmm. And I would say the large majority of our time when we work with people, that one of the cool things that we do is we're able to come in as that third head and really look at everything that they have going on and see where the holes are. Mm-hmm. And very oftentimes people just have marketing as one thing, like you said, just a reel, just a promo, when really marketing is this whole beautiful bundle of your DNA going out in different ways with different energies and different emotions to touch your audience and attract them to you. So thanks for sharing that, because that's always an eye opener when we kind of break it down. What is marketing? It's not just one thing. It's all those things together.
Yes. Thank you. And I think, with high insight, sometimes we hear those words and they're just like rubber on the end of a pencil stick. It's just there, but you don't really understand it. So in a short while, I'm going to play another insert that will explain in 60 seconds each one of those things and what their role actually is. So you'll have more comprehensive retainment of what it actually is. So with that being said, that is your first option. So if you're a person that doesn't have time, if you do not have the mental capacity or the mindset to consistently produce content, what you do is focus on just those 5 pillars, produce one of each one of these things. And that's what we specialize in for the people. When we do them, we understand that these individuals are going to want to return on their investment in time. So once those packages are created for that marketing campaign, what will happen is you'll sit there and you'll notice people are more clear by the time they get to you, because what happened is there was clarity between the conversation that they heard and knowing that that's the problem you actually solve. Because the key is knowing that I got a problem solver and this is the solution that you'll have. And I'm going to just kind of couple in the outcome that you're going to receive. That's where you create brand separation marketing, when you're doing it the right way from other people. And because most people, honestly, unless they have a humongous budget, they don't concentrate on that. So you shouldn't feel bad. Just get one step ahead of everybody and understand and implement it. Stacey, anything you want to say before I go into the second option these individuals have?
No, I think you absolutely nailed it. So I know exactly where we're going next. So I'm ready.
All right. So as I promised, I said I'd give you the definition of each one of those so that it's really comprehensive to you when you hear those words again. And it may take you playing the video back 50 times. But what is marketing to you? Let's simplify it. Let's just say that your company is launching a new energy drink and you create vibrant graphics showcasing the benefits of this drink. That's advertising. Now, if you take these posters and distribute them to gyms and fitness centers, offering free samples, That is promotion. Now, if you sponsor a fitness event and the local sports media writes about it, that's publicity. Now, if you get the participants of this event to share a positive experience about your drink on social media, that's public relations. Now, if you're informing the potential customers about all of the benefits of this drink, the flavors, the impact, then that's sales. Now, if you carefully plan this 5-pillar wheel, that is marketing. Follow for more. So that
Mhm.
is marketing.
That is
When you
marketing.
put all of those together, it becomes a marketing campaign.
That's
It's
it.
strategically put together to make sure that there's 100% clarity to anyone that it lays in front of or lands directly in front of. So always keep in mind, if you're going to do it right, and you'll feel the impact. If you try to take shorts, you'll come up short 100% of the time. There is no luck when it comes down to business. You have to always remember, luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah.
So stay
It
ready so
creates
you don't
your
have to
own.
get ready. All right.
True.
So now let's go into number 2. The second option for those of you who don't want to spend money, who don't want to have all of that time to commit to building that campaign because it just may unnerve you. You just more of a holistic mindset. You want to connect with the people. This is number 2. This is attracting people. This is where you make a promise based on you showing up. And the 2 things that you need to do is show up with consistency. And that
Yeah.
means never let them down and be predictable. They
Mhm.
know when you're going to show up. They know what you're going to talk about. The thing about it is, when you start finding this kind of person, this is a person that mirrors your same aspirations in some light. And that is what we call reflecting and pulling in and attracting those
That's it.
same people that have the same vibration, and they're on the same frequency in the direction that you're going. So if you want to attract, you have to produce content,
Yep.
and that content has to connect. Stacy, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's all about showing up as your authentic self, not putting on a front. Because the
Mm-hmm.
old saying of your vibe attracts your tribe is a real thing. It's just not a bumper sticker. It's a real thing.
That's
So if
right.
you show up consistently, like Eric was saying, you show up as your authentic self, that is what people are going to be drawn to. And you want people who are more than likely like you and can relate
Mm-hmm.
to you to be able to serve them in your business. And they're buying at the end of the day, when they make a buying decision, they're not really basing it on the stuff you have or
Mm-hmm.
only the stuff that you have and the service that you have. They're buying it because of you. They bought into you. They trust you. They feel like
Mm-hmm.
you understand them. So I just wanted to add that.
That's beautiful. And a powerful thing about knowing that we're going to show you exactly what an example of the person who's going to first, they built a clean brand, right? This is what we did with one of our clients that has been with us for years now.
Mhm.
Is we decided, let's make your presence in social media clean and a
Yeah.
reflection of who you are. So what
Yeah.
we did is exactly that. So now, once people have found and followed and started to understand that this person has a lot of similarities of people that I'm attracted to. So we
Yeah.
took the account from 3,000 from the beginning of the program to over 11,000 now. So now it's prepared to take on subscriptions. And so
Yeah.
what we decided to do that would be a great idea is, first we coupled the plan with a strategy that would create a buzz, and that
Mhm.
buzz is going to attract more of those people, because the key component when you're doing anything that comes to relatability and business is you have to give until they ask, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
then that's the key. But this is the component here. It's give, and then offer them an opportunity to get into your circle. So what we did is We took and built a brand. Now people found a brand more interesting. So this content was built up over the course of 6-7 months. And then it's like, now we're going to pop the ask and start getting some of this traction on an entirely different level. So here is
So,
the piece that we created that's going to be used for promotional pieces, right? So let you hear this insert. Stop creating all of this content that you're creating and do this instead if you're trying to actually scale your business using content marketing. I'm going to show you exactly what we do using my client as an example, how we prevent them from having to create any content. First, you got to remember there are only two types of content that you have to create. You have to decide if you're either going to chase the rabbit or if you're going to attract them. If you're going to attract them, you're going to need to build a personal brand. If you're going to chase them, all you need is to create a promotional piece that looks exactly like this. First, it has to tell the person what problem you're solving, who directly are you talking to, and then basically have the offer ready for them. Give them the outcome that they're going to experience. And look, the only thing they have to do is press go and let the ad take them to Easy Street. They don't have to even pay attention to it anymore. And that is the key to the mastery of simplifying life. If you're someone who plans on attracting people to you, that is going to require you build a personal brand. Now, if you actually want to attract people to you, then watch the next reel where we dive directly into building the personal brand to attract your new following. Bing. And so that gives you high insight to, we built the brand layer, which is the fiber, it's your promise. And so what you saw in the background was a consistency. And not only did we build the brand, but we built it to take over the entire region, as anyone who's looking for fitness and combat in that sector of the world, we've saturated the entire internet with that company, so that now everyone who pulls that up, they're the dominant force. And it just took consistency and it took predictability, because every single day, no less than 2 posts go up. Everybody understands that. And it's redundancy that really brings the attraction to people, because if you put too much different stuff out, it confuses people. So Stacy, when I calculated, I did this in a very calculated way, because people want to remember what you said. And so they don't have to keep producing anything. We just roll with the stuff. And what that does is make it obvious what they do. When anyone pulls anything up on these platforms, that's how you grow the brand. Now what we did is create the promotional piece. Stacy, if you have anything, what I'm going to do now is show you what that promotional piece actually looks like, that we produced to create the boom to the market space. All right. Now, I can't wait to show them how we put the entire campaign together, but this is what people will see.
Wish I knew when I started boxing. It's easier than you think and more fun than you can imagine. Ever wanted to learn boxing but didn't know where to start? Whether you're in it for the love of the sport, to boost your confidence, or to defend yourself, we've got you covered. Join us on our Instagram page for professional boxing lessons, all for just $4.99 a month. That's right, from the comfort of your home, you're only 30 seconds away from lesson 1. I'm Coach Kolasar from K2 Boxing and Jiu-Jitsu, and I've trained countless regional champions. Now, I'm here to share the complete basics of boxing with you. Don't wait any longer. Class is in session. Click and start today. Master boxing basics and transform yourself into a confident, fit, and skilled boxer. Let's make every punch count.
Boom.
Boom.
And not only that, they went to They went through brand, a total brand shift, a
Mhm.
total rebrand from one company name to another company name to switching the logos to creating a color palette that's strong and
Whole
really
thing.
reflects their brand consistency across the board. And so I'm only honored to know that our hands were here to help someone who trusted in us to build their brand and their brand presence. And this next launching is going to just create that online presence as well. And so
Correct.
this is so powerful. That is what you call brand consistency.
Mhm.
Now, from a year ago, they're brand
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, for sure. And this, for those of you who are familiar with social media, just being able to have the opportunity on your Instagram to offer a subscription, you have to have at least 10,000 subscribers. And
Mhm.
if you're not in hip hop or, entertainment, it can be a struggle to get 10,000 followers to be able to be, get that message one day in your inbox. Hey, you are now eligible to have a subscription.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to see them win like that, to not only transform their brand, but build their following that now has given them the opportunity to have that stream of revenue and just a whole new service. So that's another reason why it was so cool to do the promo.
Yeah, it's now
Double
turning
winner
views.
all
It's
the way
going to
around.
turn views into revenue stream,
Yeah.
and I understand how to do it because I've obviously built a subscription and a membership, and they
Mhm.
are two different things. People subscribe to that thing. They just want to get some nuggets, but they'll want to go into this thing that he's produced, and we know exactly what to give them. He doesn't have
Mhm.
to think about that. They are great, and this is where people, when they come in front of us, they don't know that it's all
Mhm.
been mapped out, and all you
Yeah.
have to do is put things that keep you authentic to your brand and your brand integrity intact, and
Mhm.
we'll take it from there. Period, point blank. So Stacy herself has been a part of a multi-billion dollar
Mhm.
companies, for work with multi-billion dollar companies in
Yeah.
branding. So
Yeah.
that's her strength, her expertise. Me, it's a hobby. I love it. It's fun to take part. I watch her operate, and it's
Mhm.
just levels to this thing. And there are a lot of people talking about that brand stuff, but Stacy can speak to those experiences and working with those kind of companies with that kind of power and running it. So,
Yeah,
share it.
it's a whole different ball game when you're working with, pharmaceutical companies, companies like, Bank of America and large clothing brands, that sort of thing. But something that Eric and I are so passionate about is what we do here at Jab Juice is we bridge that gap.
Mhm.
We help those business owners who aren't, a Fortune 100 company be able to
Mhm.
have the same power and juice to be
Yeah.
able to blow their business up. So that's
Yeah.
something that that's one of the pillars in our business is absolutely bridging the gap. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's mad cool to use what I've learned over the last 30 years and put it
Yeah.
into action with local businesses. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're being super modest because she ain't really hit you guys with the bomb. But when you're talking about working with billion-dollar brands, you learn things that you will never learn at a
Mhm.
lower level, period,
True.
point blank. So her being modest is fine.
Mhm.
But the key is that I'm not going to be modest for her. She's an animal, and there is very few
Well,
people on the planet that could even get in that category. But when you want to brand and build, that's the reason why you may see Jab Juice branding wizards,
mhm.
because that's the focus of branding, because you need to brand before you start marketing, and that's the exact route that we took
Oh,
with
you said it. You
K2,
said it. Yeah.
branding first and then build the marketing, because
Mhm.
that builds trust. If you
Yeah.
brand it yourself, because people don't buy your products, they buy into you.
Mhm.
And if they understand that, they'll rock with you. period, point blank. And that's what this is important that you guys know when you're moving forward. So those are the real behind the scenes details of marketing. I mean, and really choosing a lane. That branding is powerful. It's your promise to the world. And if you don't really have that out there, if you just have a lot of videos of you just demonstrating
Yeah.
things, but there's no real connection to the
Mhm.
problem or the pain and the solution, then
True.
you're going to have a hard time. So I encourage people, if you don't want to just spend money on a campaign, to create what we call brand awareness, brand promise,
Yeah.
period, point blank. And
That's
then
where you start.
that's where you start. And if
Mhm.
you want that to be the thing that stand out, start taking content of yourself and practice. Give yourself, 30-second talks into the camera and try it, and just get used to introducing yourself strong, what you do. Then don't worry about your name first. What is it that you do good? What problem is it that you solve? Or start internally. That
That's what I
internal
was just
thing is real. What have you gone through? You can
Mhm.
keep it simple, but if you just want to put money behind it, like right now, you can just say, all right, I want I want the promotional thing. I want to go chase the rabbit because
Yeah.
I don't have the time or the mental capacity to do that other stuff. Let me go ahead and get that smoke. And then you start there and you just get the video promotion done. And once you get the promotional done, you get the whether whoever you choose to do the promotion piece, the publicity piece,
Yep.
the public relations, all of that,
Yeah.
that is built out. Boom, 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 boom. And
Yeah.
once you got all of those pieces, boom, you're going to see us do a great compilation with Round for Round, which started out as Freeport Boxing and Fitness. Now, Round for Round, like I said, our focus is to be here when you rebrand and get your brand new vibration out there.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the next one that we show you the demonstration of. And the next demonstration after that may be you. But the key is
Absolutely.
go brand new. Get totally on top of your game, close those little gaps, and don't allow yourself to think small. You want people to know that you were here and you've arrived,
Mhm.
because if you got a strong brand, especially going into this next episode of life 2025, boy, if you got it buttoned up, the traction that's going to come because of we feel it, you will feel it.
Mhm.
All people in this group in the gym business world or down in Palm Beach,
Yeah.
when you start doing this now and having the right, you know, process in place, oh gosh, it's just going to be beautiful. So hopefully this was
I can
something that
point.
you could relate to. And if you really, really enjoyed this, let us know that this was something that gave you some benefit and you understand the difference between branding and marketing and the order that they should come. You know,
That's
Stacy,
it.
anything you want to close
Yeah,
with?
that is it. No, I appreciate folks listening because I think for us to be able to share the importance of brand, the term is thrown out there all over the place, but bringing it
Yeah.
home and putting it front and center for you guys so you can really sink your teeth into it. And
Mm-hmm.
like Eric was saying a moment ago, when you make this decision of what school of thought you want to go into when it comes to attracting or getting your customers, either attracting them or chasing them, there's no right or wrong way. It's
Yeah.
just what's best for you. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just where you start. You can always change later, but to really
Yeah.
understand who you are and what you are bringing to what you do is key. And that's where you start.
That's right. And I'm gonna close with this because you'll have the options are if you don't have a big budget to put towards ads and stuff, take a little budget and do it right.
Mhm.
Right. If you need help, let us know, or whoever, find somebody who does this, who's experts in these areas, then start there, start small. Now it's a little more difficult, but you still have to take some move. Now, if you have time, you can build a personal brand and you can create content. And if you need to learn about it, then
Right.
make sure that you ask about learning how to do it the right way so you're not wasting time. And
That's right.
then you can really make this thing move for you. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, I'd invest in the personal branding. If you don't have a lot of time, I'd focus on promoting what you got and creating that promotional piece that's going to crush and
Mhm.
skyrocket your business, because more people are going to know what problem you solve, and people want their stuff solved now. They don't want to wait. People pay for speed. And if you're able to do that, and if you're good at what you do, then this is the time for you. That's all we got right now. My name is Eric.
And I'm Stacy, everyone.
And we are Jab Juice Brand Wizards. And we'll see you guys soon in the Winner Circle group over on
See you next
Facebook.
time.
So
See you.
long.